Hello and welcome to a special edition of the Footy Show. Over the next 10 minutes we will take some time to celebrate the 25 years of service Jimmy Stavrianos has given to rugby league.
Yes, now anyone that has ever met Jimmy knows two things stand out. One, his absolute passion and commitment for his beloved Red V. And two, his passion and commitment for the other 7 or 8 teams that may have won the weekend before.
Jimmy has been the heart and soul of Phillip Street, Fox Studios and now Rugby League Central since 1991.
He's worked under 7 CEOs. Well, he got rid of 6 of them. He's seen 12 different teams win the comp and attended countless State of Origin games in that time.
But numbers do little to tell the full story of Jimmy's time in rugby league. Jimmy's influence carries far beyond corridors and meeting rooms. Indeed, it reaches the highest levels of sport, politics and even the beloved media.
Look, let's start our journey by taking you back to the beginning. It was May 6, 1991, when an 18-year-old young man from Maroubra Bay High School walked through the front door at Phillip Street for the very first time.
Well, we were all very fortunate to grow up in a beautiful street in South Coogee. Jimmy spent so much time at our place, so he was a permanent resident of the Quayle family, like we always were at the Stavrianos family, and so it was a very special time. His dad said to me one day, "Do you think any chance of you giving Jimmy a couple of days?" And so Jimmy started a couple of days a week. And then I directly remember Ken Arthurson and Tom Bellew at the time said to me, "Well, Jimmy's a very nice, fine young man." So within a month, Jimmy Stavrianos started full-time at the Rugby League in Phillip Street. He had the wonderful traits of personality, honesty and reliability. And I guess all of us are very proud to see how that career has continued.
I first met Jimmy obviously in Phillip Street, New South Wales Rugby League headquarters. I was the current Kangaroo captain. He's such an affable, fun-loving, jovial person. Highly respects it. He loves obviously the game of rugby league. Loves all the players and everyone involved in rugby league. So he's a genuine gentleman, and it's great to see him still surviving.
What I love about Jimmy is he's probably the only guy in 40 years I've never had a blue with at the NRL. I'm talking Grimshaw, Greenberg, Gallup, Grant, all the G's. And you know the best part about it? You're always greeted by Jimmy's smiling face. It's really warm. He's the front door to the NRL. And I'm really, really proud to be able to call him a mate.
Yeah, great stuff there. Jimmy's early years coincided with a period of significant growth in the game. The Broncos ignited Queensland. State of Origin affirmed its place as Australia's greatest sporting rivalry, and the international game was firing. Off the field, Jimmy did what any red-blooded league man would do in the early 90s. He fell in love with Tina Turner.
'91, I can remember the Rugby League decided to continue on with Tina Turner, and I was fortunate enough to have the privilege of being in one of the scenes where I was dancing with Tina on the dance floor. But it was quite strange because Jimmy was in the vicinity. Tina was quite glancing over in his direction in the mirror, and I'm not sure if I saw a wink from Tina in Jimmy's direction and the smile came back. But then in the ad, she was glancing past me to another direction. I turned around and there was Jimmy. Jimmy was making eye contact with Tina Turner. So yeah, a little energy between Jimmy and his idol, Tina.
1995 spawned a new challenge for the game and the Super League war.
Yeah, well, it was a tough time for all of us back then, and friendships and things were challenged, and Jimmy didn't waver from the ARL, and that was pretty special.
I was at Super League and we were the enemy, and he was an ARL person, and they were just starting to think about peace between the two sides. And I love that the whole thing with Jimmy was that his position was not negotiable. As far as the ARL side was concerned, Jimmy was going to be part of the process going forward no matter what. And it was such a great thing that when we finally did all clash heads and we all came together into one office, that Jimmy was the person who was almost like our mascot for peace.
He wasn't a very good driver in those days. I remember him driving Mr. Arthurson to the cricket ground one day for a meeting, Mr. Arthurson coming back and saying, "Oh, I think Jimmy should stick to the office work."
I can still remember some Friday night games where where Jimmy put up his hand to drive me and John Brady to games, and he'd get that engrossed in the conversation on the game or the league. You'd be on Parramatta Road and Jimmy would forget he was driving.
There's plenty of car stories, but one in particular, he's turning right into the stadium and stops. He waits till a car comes down and then T-bones the car. I jumped out of my car and went, Jimmy, what is doing? He goes, I didn't see her. Didn't see her. He's T-boned her right in the middle.
1998 saw the game reunite and Jimmy moved from Phillip Street to Fox Studios. The early years at the NRL were challenging, but with a smile on his face and Jimmy's ever-reliable positive attitude, Jimmy went about bringing the game back together his way.
Jimmy. Super League, ARL merging as one, and I met Jimmy at that time. Wonderful man and a great support, but one thing, passion. Jimmy loves rugby league. He loves the NRL. He lives and breathes it, and that's why he's there so long. If you love your job and you're happy, keep coming to work, and that's what Jimmy does.
Through the noughties and into his 30s now, Jimmy's interest grew well beyond the mighty Red V. There were the Swans, the Tars and the Xbox cheerleaders. Jimmy.
You know, Jimmy's a loyal friend, just like he's loyal to the Dragons and the Roosters and the Swans.
He started going to watch AFL games.
They're Swans now and they're Sydney FC.
He loves the Swannies. He's totally and utterly into the Swannies. He loves the cricket. He'll go to rugby union. I reckon he's been to the big soccer matches.
But the sad part for all of us was that he was a Manly supporter.
Jimmy's profile also continued to soar. Here he is in 2002. And here he is the next year stealing the JJ Gilton and Shield from East Leagues Club.
Australia's Most Wanted, that is one of my favourite. I tell you, someone's gone in and tea-leafed the JJ Gilton and Shield. And there's images of Jimmy popping up. He's gone in, picked the shield up, told nobody. The police were on him. The most wanted man in the country at that time.
Indeed, his profile and the influence he carries in the game reached such a level it became necessary to build an annual list of people he deemed worthy of his time. The list started at 7, then went to 12, and now Jimmy's Top 15 is an annual event that quite literally has Rugby League Central staff falling over themselves to buy our man a coffee.
I call him the ivory tusk hunter because every time I see him, he's got his teeth released.
Now, while Jimmy's top 15 may be the highlight for many of his co-workers, ask the man himself, and there are two clear standout moments. One, the 2010 Grand Final.
The Dragons win the Grand Final.
And two, the day Laurie Daly called him and invited him into Origin camp.
Last year, Dave Trodden and myself thought we'd invite Jimmy up to be the assistant gear steward. We handed him a shirt and we said, Jimmy, we want you to come and work for us. He was so happy, he was over the moon, and he said to me, you know, he'd been waiting for 24 years for something good to happen in his life, and it had finally happened. He was very emotional and very happy that we were able to give him that opportunity to come and be a part of it.
The first evening he was there, Laurie said, you've got to be on time, Jimmy, tomorrow, and you've got to be there at 7 o'clock to set up everything for training. And Laurie went to the gym at 6 o'clock before training and found Jimmy sitting in the foyer at 6 o'clock. He was an hour early for the training session. And that just typifies Jimmy, doesn't it? A wonderful person.
It was great to see him there with a smile on his face, and to see him interact with the boys and mingle and get his work done was pretty special.
Hopefully it can be a bit of a good omen. I'll tell you what, if we can do that, I'll remember that Jimmy was there and I'll give him a very special thanks.
Well, there you have it, Jimmy. From all the players, coaches, media, fellow staff members and cheerleaders you have helped over the years, we say congratulations.
25 years down and many, 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 many more to come. Love your work, Jimmy.
Jimmy, what fancy footwork you've shown over 25 years with the NRL. Congratulations, it is a rare milestone. You deserve all the plaudits coming your way.
Well, Jimmy, they said you wouldn't make it, and maybe you shouldn't have, but 25 years service to the National Rugby League, mate. Congratulations, that is fantastic. I tell you what, Hindy's seen some bosses off in that time.
About a dozen of them there, Jimmy. Well done, mate. 25 years.
Well done, bro. You're a good man. We all know you here well. You're an ornament to the game, and we continue to love you. We're happy to do another 25 years, brother.
All the best to you, Jimmy.
Good on you, Jimmy. Well done, brother.
The NRL's obviously been good for you, but more importantly, you've been good for the NRL. So congratulations again, mate.
Well done, mate. Congratulations. It's fantastic that the game has chosen to acknowledge you.
We're proud and privileged to have somebody of your passion and enthusiasm for the game to support our club.
Thanks for being there for the Blues and the Dragons.
Congratulations on the 25 years with the NRL, mate.
Congratulations, Jimmy. We love your work.
Congratulations, Jimmy, on 25 years. From all of us at the Dragons.
It's a great credit to you, a great credit to your mum and dad, and the way you're going, mate, 25 years will be halfway. So enjoy the next 25, mate. I reckon you'll be the first to make 50.
Credit to you, mate. A great achievement, mate.
From all of us at the Swans, congratulations, Jimmy.
Mate, I hope you can go another 25 years there because we need people like you at the NRL.
Mate, you're just one of the best people and one of the kind-hearted people around here, and for someone to be in this organisation just shows how much love and respect you have for the game and, you know, the passion you show.
You're certainly what rugby league's about, mate.
Congratulations, Jimmy, from the Roosters. All the boys are behind you and support and appreciate everything you do. I'll never forget the sauna we had with Boyd Gordon in Origin.
25 years not out. Absolutely fantastic effort and well loved by everybody, including myself.
We know you're a great fella and we always wish you the best, and we look forward to having you back with us this year.
You've touched everybody in the game with the generous heart that you have, and I hope your career in rugby league extends for a long time into the future. Well done, Jimmy.
You should be really, really proud, and I'm sure you'll be around for another 25. Good on you, buddy.
They talk about legends of rugby league. Well, mate, you are one of them.
I'd like to say on behalf of the Men of League that we thank you for all the courtesy and hospitality you show us.
Jimmy, I'd like to thank you once again and present you with this Rugby League jumper, which will have your name printed on the back, and it'll be yours for keeps, mate. And we want you to remember country rugby league in a lot of years and hope you wear it proudly, and we hope you stay in this position for a lot more years.
Jimmy, I love you. You're just gorgeous, and may your reign last another 25 years at the NRL.
Jimmy, congratulations. You crashed my car, you stole the JJ Gilton and Shield from the Bondi Junction Leagues Club, you went to the Swans when I told you not to, but we still love you, mate.
You're a very, very special part of all of us, and when I say us, I mean the players, the coaches, the staff, the clubs, the states, and more importantly, the fans. You hold a very special place in the game's heart. We thank you for your contribution. Today should be a very special day for you and your family because the sacrifice you make never goes unnoticed. Well done, mate.
Well done, my friend. Enjoy today and then keep enjoying the wonderful support that you give the game of league.